The Lord Yahushua power looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us. Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead, after this manner they brought the second to make a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with their hair, so they scalped him, whoa, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished through every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language, in the Hebrew tongue, and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did.
So can you imagine that? One's getting tormented, and you're having to see that first individual getting tormented, knowing you're going to have to go through the same thing. So you know what that can do to the flesh, but guess what? They were in the spirit. That's why they were able to overcome that torment.
Yep.
You know?
And reading on, it says, after him, verse 9. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of the present life, meaning that they knew about reincarnation. Because it says he takest us out of the present life.
Right.
Yeah. But the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws, unto everlasting life.
Hey, these are heavy scriptures, man. I speak on it, Caleb, man.
Right, so basically, this proves reincarnation is biblical, because he knew that he was going to die at that present time, but in the latter end, the king of this world, which is Yahushua, is going to come and raise us up. So yeah, fuck you, Esau, man. You can kill the flesh, you can't kill the spirit, you can't kill this prophecy.
That's right. Okay, so we're done with that. But you know what? You know what's interesting about that? Why did they go through that? Because they refused to what? Eat swine.
Yep, they
so,
it's like it. Go on.
So now you can see why they were so mad when you had Israelite foreigners in togas eating pork and Paul bringing them in.
Yep.
Because you had the Maccabees that were dying not to do that.
Yep.
So you can see where some of the contention came. Because you had our forefathers dying not to eat swine. Then you had Greeks that were brought in, Corinthians, togas, they were still eating pork. A lot of them still weren't circumcised. So that was the Maccabees that were dying for these customs. The Jews in Jerusalem, they saw that as an offense because our forefathers, they died not to do that.
Yeah.
So this gives you a more brief, that's why you got to understand the history. What was going on these times also. Okay?
Right,
Let's go to Isaiah 57, Baba Kashar, we're done with that. Then would you grab me Wisdom of Solomon 2 and Thessalonians 5 and 17, you know?
Right, so what was the first one? Isaiah 51?
Isaiah 57. So you got some people, you know, fuck them.
Well, they're laughing.
Yeah, but again, let them laugh.
They ain't laughing at us anyway.
No, they are. You know? Bro, I have that heavy discernment. I pick up on all, especially being on the highways and byways. I pick it up.
What I'm saying is I'm just reflecting it. They ain't, you know, as a reflection.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have.
Well, what does the scripture say? Ye that laugh, you shall weep.
Right. You know? People live sad, boring lives, man.
That's right.
You know? That's why it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
When people shall revile you.
Yeah.
You know? Scoff, scorn.
Did you say Isaiah 51 or 57?
Isaiah 57, Baba
From the top?
Yep.
So this is Isaiah 57 from verse 1. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart, and merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
Would you read that again?
Yep.
Would you slow it
Slow
down
down,
for me?
it's lucky, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not too fast when it comes
Yeah.
to...
Isaiah 57 and verse 1. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart.
So no man layeth it to mind. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to mind. No man thinks about that.
Ooh. I've got something to say if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was first waking up to this truth, and I read the Bible for the first time, I was really hurt that Yahushua was crucified, because here it was a man who had committed no sin, and they were beating him and saying, you know, plucking at his beard, saying, tell us who smote thee. Then he got scourged by the Romans. Then his own people betrayed him from Barabbas. Then he was crucified and had the most shameful death on the cross. And you got people walking around today, our people, Israelites, who don't lay this to mind. They don't realize that this innocent man shed his blood for you. They don't lay it to heart. So going back to Isaiah 57 and 1.
That's heavy how you link that up with Yahushua. That's heavy.
Yeah, people don't lay it to heart, man. They don't give a fuck about Yahushua. You got people in the churches talking all this shit, going there doing backflips, dancing, all this kind of rubbish, playing instruments. They don't care about Yahushua. They don't care. All they say is, oh, God is love. God is love. Jesus is love. No, he ain't love. He's coming back with great wrath, great fury, and great anger to destroy this world and to destroy your wicked asses.
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm
your
good.
wicked
Go on.
asses because you turn your back on the Lord.
That's right, and that's the punishment. They're going to suffer that. There's a little bit more.
Going on, it says, I'll start from top again. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, and none consider that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
Whoa! That's why certain brothers they have to go, because if they wouldn't, it says they're taken from the evil to come.
Yep.
So that's how much evil there's going to be upon this earth. And we read, iniquity shall abound. So certain brothers, Yahushua wants them, and that's that sacrifice. Because it's like, nah, he can't, Yahushua knows what a man can't handle.
Yeah.
And a man, because wickedness, what does it do? It corrupts. So certain men, they're so, what does it say, merciful. If they would continue to be here, they'd be corrupted.
Oh, I see.
You see, so Yahushua needs to take them away from that.
Yeah.
And you can also equate that with certain family members as well. You know? You could also equate that. You may wonder, well, you don't want your father to see what's about to happen. You don't want him to go through that. So some of them are going to be taken before this goes down, according to brothers' lots. Could be a mother, could be a grandma. It's better that they go rather than to go through that.
Yep.
But we have the spirit that, Lord willing, they'll be saved, our household. Lord willing. And another thing I want to say, nothing's wrong with praying for your family. Nothing's wrong with praying for your family. Job done that. Put up prayers for your family. Well, it's according to your measure, because not all of you may get along with your family, but pray for your family. Job done that.
Yep.
It says it may be that they have sinned. You pray for your mother, pray for your grandma and all that. My grandma's getting on now, you know. But pray for your family. You can do that. Okay, but more so your brothers and the apostles. Don't forget to do that, because I heard you saying that in a live show yesterday. That's very important. Pray for the apostles.
Well, this is the thing, man. Christians always praying. If Christians in the church, they're praying for a car, a better job, a better house, a better wife, better husband. They ain't really praying for the things that we should be praying for spiritual protection for the times to come. Pray that your ass doesn't end up taking the mark of the beast. Pray for other brothers that they don't end up taking the mark of the beast, because you just don't know. I mean, there's a scary testimony this week, not to put it out that much, but a brother got into a situation. He could have been injected with God knows what, but it's the Spirit of the Lord that protected him. And those are the things, that's why you pray, man. You pray for protection against the things you have no power to protect yourself from.
Right.
Because we're weak in this flesh. You know, we're very vulnerable. We're in the midst of our enemies.
Yeah.
Any kind of shit could happen, man. But carrying on back with the point. So it says...
Done with that.
Oh, you done?
Done with that. Would you
Right.
grab me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, Baba Kishore? Yeah, because again, it's all part of the battle. And I hope you brothers and sisters that are listening, you're edified by this. This is what this truth is about, building you up.
Well, there's a little bit of edification I'd like to say again on the point the brother was saying for praying for your family. The scriptures say the Most High's hand isn't short that it can save. Maybe the Most High just needs you to pray for that member for them to get it, because your prayer has power. If you're a man of the Lord and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, don't think that your prayers can't be heard and won't be answered, because that's the thing. A lot of people are praying in vain. Like, oh, I'm going to pray, but it's probably not going to happen anyway. When you pray, you've got to have faith that if it's the Lord's will, it will come to pass.
Hold that. Hold wisdom. We're gonna go back to that, because since you're talking about praying, it's a beautiful topic. Would you grab me Matthew 6 and 7, Baba Kishore?
Can't.
Prayer is fundamental in this truth, and I've always said this: the times I feel weakest is when I'm not praying. Have you ever felt them times when you know you should be praying, but you're not praying?
That's
There's
right.
a voice in your head. Pray.
Yeah.
Pray. And just, no. That's Satan. I've been feeling that this week. I've been wanting to pray, and I'm certain times I should be praying. I'm not praying. Then I wonder why I'm getting weak. That's Satan. You know. But again, I blame myself, because that's me not being headstrong. Nah, don't pray. Just leave it. Leave it to another hour. Then that hour goes, still not praying.
Yep.
That's how Satan attacks.
That's right.
You know.
You know what the answer to that is?
What's that?
You got to remember MC Hammer.
Oh, we got to pray
just to make it today.
Yeah, I like that song.
This one is.
Because I remember, Slacky, I remember the elder, he said, you could be, a prayer doesn't necessarily mean what the Christians deem as prayer. You could just say something like, rebuke Satan. Yeah, I got it in the Hebrew, you know, I'll say it in the Hebrew myself, you know. Agayega Shaitan. Yeah, Agayega Shaitan by Shimi or Shai, rebuke Satan. It doesn't have to be official. Like, when they make it sound like it has to be so official, they make it sound like work.
Yeah.
I personally don't like work because I got my, you know, people know what I'm like in school and that kind of school. It never appealed to me because of my condition. But when you put it to me in a way where it's just natural, practical, bam, I got it. You know, that's how I'm able to pick up the Hebrew because I relate to the Hebrew. So prayer is just a thing that you do like you're talking to me.
Yeah.
You can make it like that.
If I might say, give a personal testimony, in my case, when I first started reading the Bible, I'd sit down and actually pray, Lord, may I have more understanding of this? Or if I read something I didn't quite get, I'd say, Lord, could you please open up my mind to that? Guess what? When prayers were answered, I got the understanding. It might not have come straight away, like for example, breakdowns. I might have wondered, you know, what does this really mean? I pray about it. One day, not even thinking about it, go on YouTube, brothers talking about exactly what I prayed about to have understanding for. So there's, you know, I mean, you pray for all kinds of things, man. Not just stupid shit that the Christians pray for, like cars, wives, more money, better job, prosperity. Fuck that shit, man. You know, I'm going to get the one you wanted to say. Matthew 6 and 7, is it?
Yeah, I believe it's so.
Matthew 6 verse 7, but when ye pray...
Hold on, Salakia, Matthew 7 and 7.
Khan, Salakia.
Salakia, I know what one you were going into. You were going into the hypocrites when they pray.
Matthew 7 and verse 7. Ask and it shall be given you.
Ask.
Seek.
Salakia.
Yeah, I cut you say.
I'm doing this right now. Ask and it shall be given you. So you ask and that's it. You know? That's it, just ask. And it shall be given you.
Yep.
But it's not as simple as that ask is given. You gotta have faith to believe you're gonna get it.
That's right.
It's more than that.
Wow.
Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you.
Seek and you shall find. This is the story. This is yeah, he's listening.
Yeah.
This is the story of our life. Seek. Okay.
Might be one
very attentive. You gotta be as one of the little child.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta be.
Right, children.
That's the spirit.
Let the children come unto me.
You know? What was I saying? Seek.
It's like it. If that child is the Jake, put a blessing on that child.
Right.
No, I don't want to put him on camera.
No, there's a little one listening.
Yeah.
If he's of the elect,
Yeah, exactly.
Lord bless that baby.
And the parents have to come back and take him away. He ain't going nowhere.
Northern tribes as well. Northern tribe.
He ain't going nowhere.
Seek. All right, that's the way you got to be attentive. You know, seek
I see the back
and
of
ye
it.
shall find.
Just come and take him.
So what was we doing?
You have to come and take
Seeking.
him.
We were seeking.
That's the thing.
I don't.
So like you got to be proactive, man. You can't just sit there and be like staring at your Bible. Bible's there gathering dust, you're just looking at it, and then you're wondering, oh, I don't understand this. I don't understand it. You haven't sought. You're just sitting there being passive. You've got to be proactive in this thing.
Me, I'm not gonna lie. What was I doing? I was walking around looking for answers.
We all were.
This library, that, different philosophies. What's it? I was watching Louis Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Who else? What's other names? All them different philosophies bugged out.
The consciousness movement.
Malcolm
Then
X.
somehow.
Yeah.
And what's it? Dr.
Polite.
Drew Noble Ali. Oh, the Moorish science.
All right.
I was into all of that. Dr. Drew Noble Ali. All them. Yeah, I was and bugged out. But I actually thought I had the truth.
Guy. Yeah, I remember that guy.
You know? But it was interesting because you're learning different things about, you know.
These doctrines, so that when you do come to the truth, you know how to teach
Exactly.
others that that's not the truth.
Exactly, yeah.
And something Noble, I forgot his name, Noble with the dreads, I forgot his name, some guy from Chicago. But anyways.
Oh, yeah,
Then,
I remember that guy, man.
Noble, something, I forgot King Noble.
Yeah.
Which he watches us.
Right.
Okay. But his whole thing is to try to, debunk the Bible. You know, but it is what it is. I was into all of that, but then I knew there was more. There was more to life than that. I came across HODC. Started watching them. But then I started to notice, hold on a minute. The individual, he was talking about the Antichrist, and he had a picture of Obama and horns on his head. I thought, hold on a minute. In John, it talks about there's many Antichrists.
Yep.
He was saying that, then I thought, oh no, I can't really watch now because you're going off. Then I went to Baloo, 14th Street. Then he started acting a bit iffy on camera, just acting weird. I thought, nah, something's off. Then he started acting up. Then I watched Great Millstone and everything just made sense. It's like it clicked.
Yep.
You know them two neurons in the brain, they need to connect.
Yeah.
It clicked. And that's when I realized these are the men of the Lord. Very honest, very sincere. And they were just teaching freely.
Yeah.
Okay? And since
Freely
then...
if receive, freely give.
Right, and since then I never looked back. Okay? So that's the beautiful thing about this knowledge. Seek and you shall find.
Yep.
Okay? I was seeking.
That's why you found it. Right? I'm going to read it again. Everyone say, ask and ye shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Might I just speak on that?
Go ahead.
It's like this. Let's say you got a friend and the friend says, okay, I'm going to invite you over for a dinner one day. I say, okay, I'll come. You walk up to his house and you're standing there staring at the door. Yeah? Door ain't opening and you're there for 2 hours. You go, I'm going to go home, man. And you're thinking, what happened? Well, guess what? You didn't knock the door. You was invited, but you didn't knock. The scriptures say, knock and it shall be opened.
And it's like it tells you, it's Wisdom of Solomon. It's rude. I'm paraphrasing. It's rude to stand at someone's door. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I forgot to stand at someone's door. If you've knocked and no one's answering, it tells you that something probably was something.
Okay.
But that's just another topic. So the scriptures also go into manners as well. Once you knocked at someone's door, you're not supposed to be standing there for long. You know what I mean? You're supposed to leave. You know, that's bad. See, the scriptures deal with everything. You know, certain man used to do that back in the day. Stand at the door. You're knocking, no one's answering, so leave. You know, but the scriptures deal with all that, manners, everything.
Yeah.
But would you hold that? Don't leave that. Would you go to Revelations 3 and 7? Since you're speaking of door, because what's a door? A door's an entrance. You know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I got you.
Revelations 3 and start at 7.
Yeah, so Revelation 3 verse 7. And the angel of the church in Philadelphia, and unto the angel of the church in Philadelphia write. Is this right?
Yeah.
These things saith he that is holy, that is true, that hath the key of David, he that openeth, and no man shutteth it, and he shutteth, and no man openeth it.
Whoa! So it says, he that hath the key of David. What does a key do? Key opens that door, that lock, and that's also equates to the knowledge. So it's Yahushua that's got to open your mind to this truth. And he that openeth, so it's Yahushua, he was what, worthy to open what?
The 7 seal.
Yeah.
On the back of the book.
And no man shutteth. Look, when I heard this scripture, I was like, whoa, it says, no man shutteth. A man may not like you. A man may say, that's it. No, it says, no man shutteth.
Yep.
And there's a little bit more.
Yeah.
And no man, and no man openeth. So no man can open that door to you.
Yeah.
Or shut it, except from Yahushua, there's more. Verse 8.
Verse 8. I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it.
I have set before thee an open door, a path. No man can shut that to you or to you, except from Yahushua. That's powerful. No man can shut that door. Okay, there's a little bit more. For that has a little strength.
Yeah, it says, for thou hast a little strength, and has kept my word, and has not denied my name.
Why? Because you had a little strength. You may be weak, but you still have strength spiritually, and you have kept my words. So don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Even certain men in the truth, you have to keep going. Are you going to stop? Because you got to understand, everybody's going to look at your journey in a different light.
Yeah.
Some may look at your journey, nah. Others may say, no, you know, we believe you're still on that road. No, you can't let nothing stop you. We are our own worst enemies. That man in the mirror.
Yeah,
Okay?
like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Maybe just a minute. And since we're speaking about, you know what? We're still on prayer, but since we're going on to door, would you go to now John, because we're speaking about the door, the opening. Would you go to John 10 and 10?
Can't go there.
Since we're speaking about the door. Because what's a door? A pathway. And what did Yahushua say in John 14? I am the way,
Truth.
and and the life. So if he's the way, a way is a direction. A way is a path. And brothers were speaking about last week. Only one man could go at a time. You had something, Aria?
Yeah, I got this one. Mark.
Yeah,
Mark's.
you can just start.
Yes, shall I bring it out? Yeah.
Yeah, bring it out.
Mark 16 and 18 says, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Because somebody was a bit worried, as you mentioned, that they could have been in while they was unawares. But when you think about this, right? Because this is not an excuse to be negligent. Yeah, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So if the only thing we are concerned about, whether we're the elect or not, because whatever they do, if unawares or if the Most High allows them to do something, the only real fear is that if we're of the elect, because if we're of the elect, it will backfire anyway. It won't work.
Yeah.
You know, that poison, because I think it was Apostle Paul, he was bit by a snake.
Yes.
And that was a venomous snake. So, you know, it didn't have any effect on it. So the only worry really would be that if I'm of the elect or not. If that was happening to me, I'll be asking that question.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, good point.
So, do you want to get John 10?
John 10, Baba Kasha.
John 10 from the first verse. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Hey, that's spiritual, because we started off on John 1 and 4. Those that are crept unaware. So you have to go through that door. Jude 1 and 4, so lucky. Have to go through that door. You can't come in no other way. It says any other way you are a thief and a robber. And what does a robber do? He goes through the side gate.
Yep.
Or the windows. He ain't going through the door. So you have to go through the right way. And you know what that acquaints with? Different philosophies. You can't bring that into the truth.
Yep.
You can't mean black Esau acting like a fool. You can't bring that black Egyptian and try and mix it in with the truth. That's coming in some other way.
Yep.
Well, say something, Caleb.
Yeah, if I may, use another analogy again. Just got to use logic and common sense sometimes, man. Say you invite a friend over. Yeah, come over for dinner, right? Be here at 7 o'clock. You're sitting there in your living room and your friend starts trying to come in through the living room window rather than the front door. How are you going to look at that guy? You're like, what the fuck you doing, man? You a thief coming in through the window? It's the same with this truth. You can't come in no other way. I've got a precept when you're ready, but do you want to continue on this?
Yeah, continue on that.
Right, it says, but he that entereth by the door is the shepherd of the sheep.
Okay, so he that entereth him by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. That means he's entrusted. You can entrust this man with the sheep. Why? Because he came in the right way.
Yep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out.
The porter openeth. Another word for porter is janitor. One's a doorkeeper. Okay, and that's what we are. Okay.
When he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice.
Ah, so the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. You ever been around sheep? You try calling them. They won't come unless they recognize you.
Yep.
You know? So it's the same with the sheep. The sheep that are going to follow the false prophets, well, they were set up to do that.
Yep.
Anymore.
Yeah, it says, and a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers.
So a stranger they will not follow, but they will flee from him.
Yep.
This is sort of referring to the elect. The elect gonna know. No, this is a false prophet. He's teaching something off.
Yep.
I'm gonna flee. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like you gave the testimony before, when you were watching certain other guys before you found GMS, something in your spirit was like, you know, I don't recognize this guy's voice, and the spirit led you to depart from that person.
Yes.
Because he was a false shepherd, false
That's right.
leader.
Good
Same
point.
with me, same with myself. And
There's a little bit more.
yeah. Verse 6. The parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood it not what things which he spake unto them. Then Yahushua said unto them again, verily I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door, and if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go out into find pasture. The thief cometh not, but to steal, and to kill, and to
You go
destroy.
back to that last bit.
Go on. I am the door,
Right.
and by me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
That's it. So Yahushua, he's that door, and if any man enter him, by me, Yahushua, he shall be saved. So we went into that now, that door, that passage. We're done with that. There's something you wanted to go into.
Just one quick precept on to just round off this topic on the door. Got a precept here. It says, Revelation 3 verse 20, behold, I stand at the door
Hey, I was
and
thinking
knock.
about that as well.
If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him, and he will sup with me, and he with me. Now, I will just want to comment on that, because when I was waking up to this truth, many times I'd be like up reading the Bible, and I'll fall asleep. And you know when you're in that kind of like sleep state, but you're kind of half awake, I'd hear the door knocking, because my room used to be near the front door. I'd hear, well, that's not hard. You know, I'd hear a knock at the door. And I jump out of bed thinking, oh, is that the postman or something? Open the door, nobody there. That happened a number of times.
Wow.
Reading the Bible, go to sleep, wake up, hear the door knocking. I'm like, who's at the door? No one there. And through the Spirit, I think it's the Spirit waking me up to this truth, because it says, I'll read it again, Revelation 3 and verse 20, behold, I stand at the door and knock. And I was learning of Yahweh Shai. So therefore, this precept really hit me. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So the Holy Spirit's going to come into you if you open up that door to Yahweh Shai. So
that's more so speaking about men that are teaching you. That's how it works, because you don't just learn this yourself.
Of course,
men have to guide you.
That's
There
right.
may be particular things that you picked up on, but it's men, that's what door is speaking to you, and you're like, hold on a minute, that makes sense. That precept links with this precepts, and all of a sudden, the Lord starts working on your mind.
Yep.
What the door of your mind. He taps into that.
If
Okay?
I may add to that, and that's a good point. But the thing is, the men that are teaching the truth have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. That's why you're hearing that voice. That's why when you hear those men, it makes sense. You see what I'm saying? If any other man's coming in and they're not speaking of the doctrine taught by Yahweh Shai, it's going to be like, nah, man, something like this. Not going to...
Isaiah 8 and 20.
Can't. I'll get it for you.
Right. Because again, the sheep hear that voice. The sheep know my voice, so they recognize the true prophet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying yes to what you're saying, and I'm saying yes to the incense. You kill two birds with one stone. That's some good shit, man.
Yeah. Decent stuff, not all that other whack stuff. Decent stuff. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, the sheep hear that voice. They hear the voice of Yahweh Sham. Yahweh Shai. They recognize him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll go whithersoever the Lamb leadeth them. So Isaiah 8 and 20, and it reads, great point, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
So again, that's another
light.
Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's another sign. If they speak not according to this word, so everything we say has to be out of this word, not of our own emotions. Because I've noticed when I've been on the highways and byways, the people that always come up, they always want me to speak my own words.
Yeah, they're trying to get you off the game.
Right, so I'm out of my element, and I always got to remember, no, stay in the scriptures, because that's how Satan wins. He wants you to come outside the scriptures, so you can lean on your emotions, and him doing that, he can get you in trouble, because he'll have you saying something you shouldn't be saying. Always stick in the scriptures. So seeing that we're on this topic, he that don't speak according to these words, would you go to John? See if I can find it. Bear me just a minute. Try the spirits, by the spirits, because there's many spirits out in this world. It's John 4, John chapter 4, right at the end, just before Revelation.
Right.
Not John the Baptist, John the Revelator. Is it John the Revelator? It is.
You saying?
No, it's John the Baptist speaking. Yeah, it's at the end, just before. It's like just before Revelation. What am I talking about?
No, that's not John the Baptist.
The third epistle of John.
That's the prophet
Revelator.
John.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, John the Revelator.
Yeah, can't. So like that.
That's all right.
The one in the middle is John the Baptist.
What you mean? The Gospel according to John?
Yeah.
That's not John.
No.
None of them are John the Baptist.
This one is John the Revelator speaking, ain't it?
Yeah. John the Baptist's words are only recorded through the Gospels. Right. So, 3rd John.
This is John chapter 4.
1st John chapter 4. Gotcha. From 1?
Yes.
That's the right point. 1st John chapter 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High.
So it says, beloved, believe not every spirit, because there's many spirits out in this world. Many. Okay, many different spirits. Everything has a spirit attached to it. But it says try. That word for try is dokimos in the Greek. Tested.
Yep.
Approved. So how are you trying the spirits? By what they're teaching.
Yep.
You shall know a man by his a man shall be known by his fruit. Yep. What's a man's fruit? What he's teaching, his works, his doings.
Yeah. It says, hereby you know the spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is come in the flesh is of the Most High.
Woo!
Alright, so those that confess that Yahweh Shai came in the flesh is of the Most High. Because you got those that don't believe Yahweh Shai came in the flesh.
Yep.
They just believe he was just some spirit floating about. No, he came in the flesh. He had a biological father, Joseph, and a mother, Mary. We don't believe in the Immaculate Conception. Okay?
Yeah.
There's more.
Alright, so it says, verse 3, and every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua HaMashiach is coming in the flesh is not of the Most High, and that is the spirit of Antichrist.
That's it. So it's identifying what the spirit of the Antichrist is, Anti-Mashiach. Those that don't confess.
Antichrist, yeah.
It's alright. Those that don't confess that Yahushua is what Mashiach, the anointed. Okay? So there's many. So that would apply to even family members that don't believe.
Yep.
Christians. And guess what? You don't even got to be of any religion to be an Antichrist. You just don't believe in the scriptures. Makes you an Antichrist. So again, this is what up against this whole world.
Yep. Verse 3, reading on, it says, and this is the spirit of Anti-Hamashiach, which you have heard, which should also come, and even now is already in the world. Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
So when it says you have overcome, little children, who's the ones that overcome?
The elect.
The elect. They're going to overcome this world. Why? Because they were predestined to overcome. They were selected to overcome. It's not we done, because we are so strong. It's Yahushua that gave us the spirit to overcome this system.
Yep. And if I may add to that point, it ties full circle with when Yahushua's spirit is in us, that's why people hate us. They don't hate us because just of, what we look like or who we are. It's the spirit of Yahushua in them that they hate. So it's the spirit of Yahushua in us that they hate, which is why they come against us, because we've got the light in the darkness. And the world loveth darkness and hateth the light.
Yeah.
Let me finish this off.
Come on, yeah. Shall I read more?
Go ahead, there's much more.
Yeah, so it says, they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of the Most High, and he that knoweth the Most High heareth us.
This is one of my favourite scriptures. They are of the world, therefore they speak of the world, because they're worldly. So again, that's another sign. You got a man that's teaching, everything he speaks about it's according to the world. Get this, build up this community. We need to do this, we need to do that. Everything he's speaking about is according to the world. Because what? They are of the world. Excuse me, the true prophets are not going to be of the world. Are we going to speak about particular things of the world and match that in with the scriptures? Yes. But our talk is not of this world. Trying to make it here. How to make it here? No. See, the Pharisees, their talk was of the world because they were of the world. The wicked Pharisees, by the way. There's more.
Reading on. So it says, we are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High heareth not us. Hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Right, so if you're not hearing these words, then you're not of the Most High. But if you do, then you are of the Most High. It's very simple. There's more.
Yep, and it says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the Most High. And everyone that loveth is born of the Most High, and knoweth the Most High.
That's right, and that's why you got to love the Akia. Okay? The ones that are labouring in truth and sincerity. Because a man must say, hold on a minute, you just said that, but the scriptures say somewhere, if you just love those that love you, yeah, the scriptures say that. So obviously, we still conduct ourselves in a certain way. And we're not saying because he ain't in the truth, I hate him. No, we're not saying that. We still show that same love. But if someone is not about Yahushua, to keep them at a distance. Because they're liable to do anything. They're the agent in the matrix. Okay, so we love our brother. There's more on that, a little bit more.
And